Hi, welcome back to Money 2020 in Bangkok. I'm meeting here with Camilla Bullock, who is the CEO of the Emerging Payments Association of Asia. Camilla, using your lens across the industry in Asia and payments in general, what do you see as the largest trend in payments innovation?
I still think we're picking up on digitalization in general, and specifically if we're looking at end consumers in our region. It's still a lot of work to do going to digital, both in financial inclusion, but also we're starting to see SMEs and MSMEs and going up the ladder to being digitalized, and that's often driven by new payments technology.
Okay. And how do you see the payments industry growing and expanding over the year ahead?
As I said, I think that's picking up. I don't think we're seeing the end of things like expanding on access to digital through infrastructure. And if we're looking the power of the QR code has had in market like here in Thailand, for example, or India, and how that has enabled those street vendors, MSMEs to become part of the digital economy. Right. I think that is a super powerful thing that still has a lot of mileage to lead and lead in it. If we're looking what's happening in more banking and providers, I think we're still looking at how we're using data more and more. I think it's one of the bottlenecks still in payments. We have this saying, we're talking about trade is one of the most important things globally for prosperity. And it is the road to wealth in many markets. And there is no trade without payments.
Yes.
And payments is the movement of data. And the biggest bottleneck, and we're looking in payments, is like AML, CFT, and rules around privacy and data.
Right.
And I think that is lots of things still to come around privacy enhancing technology and what more can be done by organizations that utilize data so it sits in their systems being tied to data today.
That's good. So segueing from that into maybe a topic that we've spoken a lot about in the past, which is cross-border payments.
Yes.
Are you seeing anything interesting in your recent travels, innovations in that space?
Oh gosh, we talk cross-border payments all the time. I sometimes think we should be called the Cross-Border Payments Association.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still so much work to be done there, and it's just the last couple of years when we really started to focus on it. And it's different areas. I mean, we see like Swift coming out with new technology and more in that traditional way of doing it that's being enhanced. Yeah. But then we're also seeing the real-time payments connectivity, which is a super exciting story that's evolving. Both of connecting the domestic system, but also like those alternative rails, and we're saying the new players into the market and what they're providing to MSMEs and SMEs. And last but least, like, we also have the involvement of stable coins and blockchain technology.
Yes.
We're not there yet, but I think it's something that we're all keeping an eye on
Sure.
How should we position ourselves around this.
Very good. You forgot to mention AI in that list, though.
Oh, no, I have that coming to it. Data and AI, yes.
Yes, okay. And you're also speaking at the event around, at the Rise Up Women in Payments event.
Yep.
Can you share something about what you hope to communicate to the audience there?
Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes I say, so you have to listen to this full sentence and say that I do not care about diversity, but I care about innovation. And we can never have innovation without diversity. And the biggest underrepresented group in any industry is women. And it's very easy to spot them. So I'm a big believer in narrowing that gender gap in thought leadership, so we have more women around the table. Right. So that the ideas are diverse and can really drive innovation. Yeah. So super delighted to be part, both in the program and talk about challenges, but also the opportunities. And then I get to mentees who are amazing that I'm going to work with in the next 12 months.
Yeah, I mean, the plurality of inclusion insights is it's necessary really for innovation, as you say.
Yeah, absolutely, to not get stuck in what we always believe is true.
Yeah. All right, good. So last question, so at the event here, what are you looking forward to as the biggest takeaway from the event?
Oh gosh, so many things. We're talking about both like cross-border payments, what's happening with stable coins. We're talking a lot within us around quantum safe, and we want the FIs to really take quantum safe and what's going to happen if quantum computing is more serious. But most of all, it's the connectivity to the people in the industry. We are an industry that is a network. So it's so important to get a chance to sit down and talk and hear what's going on in the industry, because payments doesn't exist if we don't work together.
Yeah.
So I think that Money2020 is doing an exceptional job, is bringing the region together. And yourself, what are you most excited about?
I'm looking forward to seeing how some of those breakthrough frontiers like AI and maybe Web3 is going to push the industry further. I think there's a lot of talk and not so much action, so I'm looking forward to seeing some real production use cases start to emerge. We'll see.
The domino bricks hasn't fallen yet, Stephen.
It has not. It has not. Well, thank you, Camilla. It's always great to spend time with you, and thank you for coming along to see us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks.